Onto the roof. I'm not a roofer, but I've done a few simple roofs and repairs in the past, so I'm not uncomfortable doing it. Uh, this one was a bit of a challenge. The flashings where it meets the other house, etc. The wind and rain can be quite strong during typhoon season, so I'd like to do a reasonable job of protecting both the houses. From what I've seen, this is the basic structure of a simple Japanese roof. You have the battens which lay on a waterproof bitumen sheet. The waterproof sheet lays on top of slats which are nailed to the rafters. One thing I hadn't counted on, but which I should have expected, was this: rotten rafters. Only the first step of the renovation, but already my budget was starting to look grim. Shogunai. Anyway, gave me a chance to go off to my second home and get some wooden sheets. Man, they even let you use a courtesy truck if you live locally. What a great service, eh? I'm sometimes surprised at the size of building materials used here in Japan. These rafters are 45 by 35, about 2 by 1.5 for my American friends, yet they're surprisingly strong. And compare the size of the rafters to the size of the beams holding the roof up. They're often raw sawn logs, about 6 inches or 150mm round. After years of seeing this, I still love looking inside Japanese roofs. Anyway, looking a bit better, and the extra cost didn't work out too much after all. We don't usually get heavy snowfalls in Tokyo, but we do get some decent winds during typhoon season. Yet you rarely hear of a roof blowing off. Anyway, I think I flashed off pretty good where this roof meets the other house. Guess I'll find out. I was pretty liberal with the silicone. I'm a little worried about the typhoon rains, so I did silicone every joint between the sheets. Bit of a break, and not a bad place to have it. Oh, to keep the costs down, I worked out that I could, rather than buy short lengths, I could just buy one long and cut them as I needed them. That was quite a bit cheaper. It was a bit of a challenge getting the sheets up under that bit of gable roof there and making sure it was all watertight. You can see the overhang's not particularly long. But anyway, it's not perfect, but I think I did a reasonable job. One thing I didn't expect was roof sheets to be different here. Corrugated roof sheets in Australia start with the corrugation facing up on one edge and facing down on the other. The sheets I got here apparently come in pairs, with both corrugations facing down on one sheet and both corrugations facing up on its companion sheet. I didn't know that, so I wound up with a shortage of sheets facing down, which is probably what you want the most. That's why you see me juggling the sheets around a lot. You can see where the large gable comes down and meets the flat section of the roof, that it kind of curves. You'll see a gap underneath you'll see the sheets bounce every time I walk on them. That is how it was originally, as you can see in these photos. Pushing the sheets down to a curve isn't ideal, as the nails are more likely to pull out. But anyway, I didn't have a choice. I couldn't get sheets long enough to go from the ridge down to the bottom of that gable you can see there. So I pretty much replaced the sheets as they were originally. Yoo-hoo, sheets are down and just in time for dinner. I'll finish nailing it off tomorrow. It'll look a little bit better after that, but anyway, it's great having the roof on, and I feel like it's safe to do a bit of work inside now. Alright, so I filled in under the eaves. I just used 12mm ply, but I did waterproof it well, and I put an extra protective coating behind it, a waterproof coating. Should do the job. Add a few trimmings, looks a little bit nicer. Feeling pretty good. The first step of the renovation's done. So I guess the Savettes are going to have to find a new home. Sorry fellas. Okay, I said I'd show you the total cost of each part of the renovation at the end of it. So here goes. This is for the roof. I estimated that the roof would be the most expensive part of the renovation in terms of materials. Keep in mind this total includes all the roof sheets for both the back and the front of the house, which I didn't show you. There's some extra sheets for the front awning that I'll do later. Wood for the rafters and the few battens I replaced. Silicon, gutters, downpipes, I'll put them on when the walls are done. Paint, roofing nails, plywood, fascia and barge boards. This was everything. But man, these receipts were a nightmare to go through. I mean, look at this. Certainly good practice for my Japanese. Anyway, here's the total. It came to, drum roll. It actually worked out a little less than I estimated. Hope I can keep that up. So, onward and upward. See you on the next video.